Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I would like to discuss a topic that is currently making waves in the world of technology, and that is product traceability using blockchain and IoT. This topic is particularly relevant for businesses that operate in industries where product quality and safety are paramount concerns such as food, pharmaceuticals, and cosmetics. Agenda for today is supply chain challenges, how blockchain solves these challenges, role of IoT and its challenges, why blockchain and IoT, how blockchain and IoT can assist, impact on stakeholders in the supply chain, other use cases, hurdles in the chain, and where do you start? Fraud in supply chain. In pharma industries, 25% of vaccines reach their destination degraded because of incorrect shipping, and 30% of pharmaceuticals are scrapped due to logistic issues alone. Also, 20% of temp sensitive products are damaged due to transport due to broken cold chain. In food industry, it was observed 3,000 deaths per year because of frequent salmonella and E. coli outbreaks. Coming to operations and logistics, um, 10,000 containers lost in sea every year was stated by World Economic Forum, which discusses how product available in the market is lost in the transit, delays and inefficiencies, and manual processes. Customers demand quality, safety, transparency, ethical sourcing, and speed. So these issues are really not helping our cause. Supply chain challenge. A supply chain is a system or a network between a company and its supplier dedicated to bringing a product to a consumer or market. A product recall is when that product has a risk of not being fit for use within that market or harming the consumer. Coming, looking at the picture, uh, farm source goes to factory, then to transporter, and to supplier, which goes to retailers along with stock points at different regions through assembly line. Adding value to a supply chain. From the image, there are two main points: downstream chain and upstream chain. Downstream change begins from the supplier and connects to the client where there is a constant data request flow that connects the individual component wherein actual role of blockchain starts. Dependencies include trust, effectiveness of lowest common denominator, reconciliation, limited manifestation of information flow. How to get an ideal supply chain. Four different ways are present over here, which are where all of them are connected to each other. First one is end-to-end visibility. Increase efficiency along the supply chain and ensure traceability. Second, flexibility. Ability to adapt and respond to issues rapidly with no critical impact on operational cost is necessary to stay competitive in the market. Inferred trust. The stakeholders should not have to trust each other but should trust the security integrated into the system to collect and provide true and accurate data. Control. Every system requires control. Similarly, policies, monitoring capabilities, and control mechanisms are important for both client and supply. Supply chain with blockchain assistance. Pain points in supply chain includes traceability, compliance, flexibility, stakeholder management, which are controlled by blockchain individually using auditability, immutability, smart contracts, Disintermediation. Traceability includes capability to monitor events and metadata associated with the product. Compliance includes standard and controls to provide evidence that regulatory conditions are met. The ability to adapt rapidly to events or issues, run various scenarios without significantly increasing operational costs comes under flexibility. Effective governance in place to enable communication, risk reduction, and trust among the involved parties is under stakeholder management. Auditability. Blockchain provides a full audit trail of data, creating an everlasting means of record keeping along a supply chain. Immutability. All blockchain transactions are time-stamped and tamper-proof, providing a single source of data integrity. Smart contracts. Continuous real-time tracking of data is facilitated through the use of smart contracts along the supply chain. Disintermediation. Blockchain enables peer-to-peer interaction which can be trusted based on the digital signatures. How do we benefit from blockchain? Fast transaction settlements, low cost, reliable, transparent, and auditable. Architecture of IoT layer. 5 integral stems known as creating, communicating, aggregating, analyzing, and acting are the 5 stems in the in IoT architecture. 5 industrial challenges to IoT by Gartner. Gartner is a very big IoT firm that predicts result in IoT industry. It was stated in 2020 that it will be connecting 26 billion devices, creating control for vast number of devices, enable to P2P communication between globally distributed computers, provide compliance and governance for all autonomous systems, address the security complexities of the new landscape. How does blockchain and IoT perform together? The major challenges are about information sharing and trust, track and trace product journey and life cycle, trade finance, automate bill of lading and customs, simplify global trade compliance, track point of origin and ownership changes, detect and notify tampering attempts. Following these points will help us get better visibility, faster root cause analysis, easier info sharing. Now coming to impact on stakeholders. Producers now has a limited ability to control and verify the flows coming from its suppliers. But in future, they'll benefit from an integrated and distributed ledger that enables them to control the inputs and keep track of its production. Freight forwarder, now reliable but one-sided tracking system, limited certification ability and complex tracking, difficult to certify a code of conduct. And in future shared information system, client can benefit from a distributed and certified system. Client can make sure his goods are transported in the right condition and timing. Broker now has difficulty to certify the origin and path of the goods bought and sold, and in future can easily check the origin of the goods and their transformation path on the blockchain. With sealed IoT devices put on the goods, the broker can check and prove its authenticity and provenance. Consumer now faces difficulty to verify the compliance, origin, and composition of the goods to be bought, but in future has a full view on the goods bought, directly on the blockchain. Infosys blockchain incubation as a service approach. 4 steps for product traceability includes explore, experiment, engage, expand. Explore, identify use cases and value articulation. Experiment, proof of concept and technical feasibility. Engage, functional prototype, build the first network. Expand, scale the network and onboard multiple stakeholders onto blockchain network. Other use cases in various industries. First, we'll discuss about healthcare industry, which uses it to verify authenticity, avoiding potential fraud and manipulation. In food industry, it can be used in packaging sensitive products with tags and smart thermometers. Art and luxury wares industry, RFID seals and blockchain, embedding into the work to guarantee authenticity, sort of like a DNA identification. Are there any hurdles in the chain? Yes, it is a very new technology. They aren't aware about the blockchain IoT technologies. New infrastructure requirements, new data flow, storage, data visualization, etc. Overall agreement in supply chain on using blockchain are the reasons, are the hurdles in the chain. Where can we start? Understand your supply chain weaknesses and risks. Review your supply chain as upstream as possible to identify weakness and risk you will face. Start with small and collaborate and scale progressively. I would like to conclude this presentation